Thanks for joining us on the world's largest small business summit online. Now, whether you're a seasoned startup artist or an entry-level entrepreneur, the hardest part of getting your business started is getting your business started. Makes sense. Our next guest has the perfect tool to get your next venture up and running. Program manager for the Microsoft Startup Center, Whitney Cornell, joins us now. Welcome, Whitney.
Hey, Chris.
Thanks
Good
for
to
being
see you.
here. Okay, startupcenter.com. It's all in the name, I think. But what is it? Give us a snapshot of what it is. It's more than just that name would lead you to believe.
Yeah, very simply, it's an all-in-one resource for someone who's starting a business. It's everything you need to get your business going.
Everything.
Yep, and it's coming from Microsoft, but it's not just about technology. It really is start to finish. Everything from, how do I license my business all the way to how do I hire my first employee.
Okay, well, before we get into a demo and seeing what it really is, how did it come to be? Where did you get these ideas, and how did you better understand what the needs were?
Yeah, so we know that more than ever, so many people are starting businesses. The Kauffman Foundation says that over 500,000 people every month are thinking about starting a business.
Every month?
That's right.
Ooh.
So, we really want to provide a resource for those people as they're getting started. It can be very daunting. People don't know, what do I do first? What do I do? What do I do second? What am I forgetting? So we want to make sure that they're starting off on the right foot. And with technology today, it's so easy to really get that big business presence from day one, with a very affordable price point. Sometimes it's even free.
Which is huge because, it doesn't matter what you're looking for, a service, a product, you're going to go MSN search it in your neighborhood. You're going to click on whatever websites might come up. And, if it's, Chris's Lawn Care, if the website's slick, I'm up and running. You can't tell if I've been there for 100 years or I started it this morning in my basement with startupcenter.com, right?
That's right. That's right. There are lots of resources from Microsoft and from other companies that really can help small businesses get started and off on the right foot on the
Speaking
first day.
of which, there's going to be a lot of websites, a lot of companies out there that claim to be, the startup kings. We can help you. You're starting a business? We'll help you. We'll help you. So how is startupcenter.com different?
Yeah, as you said, there are tons of great websites out there that give lots and lots of information about how to get started. What we've tried to do in the Startup Center is really distill down those startup tasks and make them as simple as possible.
Simple tabs here. I like that. You haven't lost me yet.
Yep. So then we've listed the high-level topics, and then within each one of those, there are specific tasks that someone will need to step through as they're getting started. So once we take you into those topics, we try and deliver you exactly to the place where you need to go to
IRS
get
even,
it done.
a link.
Yep. So if you're looking for information to make sure you're compliant with tax law, we send you directly there. If you're looking for where you go to actually pick up a barcode
Wow,
for
to
a
actually
package,
purchase a barcode.
Yeah. So we
Cool.
take you exactly to the place where you need to go to get those things done.
That's handy.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're in the simple tabs. I saw that. And one of the coolest features, in my opinion, on the site is the interactive checklist, because we're still, a lot of us, doing the Post-it notes all over the walls and Post-it notes to remind you where those Post-it notes are, because those are the pink ones, and that's to remind you that the yellow ones are the to-dos. So you've got an interactive checklist.
That's right. Yeah, we know that the mindset of the entrepreneur is to just go, go, go. And as a result, we know that only about a third of new businesses actually take the time to write a business plan. What we're trying to provide by having this interactive checklist is to provide a good, happy medium. So you can actually go in as you're walking through the content of the Startup Center. You can take additional notes. So here, we're in the finances section. We're looking at trying to find an accountant, so we're going to...
I got to call Jane.
Yep, we're going to make a note to call Jane, and then we can actually save it to our list. And then as we move through the Startup Center checklist and through the content on the site, we can always be reminded, where we are in that process and what our action items are. Then, if you leave the Startup Center to go off and work on your tasks, you can then come back later and your tasks are still saved within your checklist.
So set up your website, set up the checking account. Oh yeah, forgot I got to do that. Got to hire an accountant. Oh yeah, I see. And it just opens up there. Oh, that's handy. That is nice.
Yeah.
And saves on the Post-it notes.
Right.
Which is handy there too.
Exactly. Keeps office clutter down.
Another one of the great functions, I think, is whether it's marketing or keeping tracking of your finances. I guess, for a lack of a better term, this StartupCenter.com has sort of a brain in that it helps you look for the things that might be of most interest to what you need.
Right, in terms of products and services and that sort of thing. So throughout the site, we've tried to incorporate different product offers as they relate to the actual startup tasks. So certainly we've tried to do that for Microsoft products, but there are certainly also lots of other startup tasks that may not be relevant to technology. So we've partnered with some other leading small business brands, Bank of America, FedEx, and MasterCard, and we've tried to put side by side the task, the actual action item, with a special offer that might also help out. So we know that people who are starting businesses are very cost conscious. We know that they're trying to save a few dollars.
Frugal, yes.
Yeah. So where we've included special offers where possible, but if there isn't a special offer with dollars off, there's also the opportunity to try out a number of products with extended trials.
Like free demos.
Well, free demos, but then also actually taking the product for a spin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Product test drives. I like it. And so, as you mentioned, a lot of people starting out businesses, they're frugal, and they're probably overwhelmed because, like you said, technology can be scary. So the idea of us saying, well, now come to a website, that in itself can be a daunting task. But you're saying, no, honestly, it's not. We've just seen simple tabs, simple to use. So what do you say when people, say, I'm too scared. I'm busy doing. I'm the idea guy. I don't have time for all the technology and the paperwork and the business license.
Right. So again, we've tried to really simplify down the tasks, tell you why it's important to do what it is that we're telling you should do, why it's important, and then where to go to get it done. So it's really the one-stop shop for someone who's starting a business.
I think that slogan is already taken, but we're going to borrow it. One-stop shop. Okay, we are on our final minute. So what's one last thing you'd want to say to the many folks, the startups out there, the entrepreneurs, that whether they're already off and rolling and maybe they don't have that legitimate face, again, you can do yourself a big disservice by people going to your website and it doesn't look legit. What's that one last push to say, look, we're making it so easy for you?
Well, the thing about starting a business, it's a very, very exciting time. And for a lot of people, it's the thing that they're best at. It's their idea that they really want to take off and make it great. And we want to do what we can to make sure that they get there and that they can do it. And it's possible to really make that happen and for very little investment to just get started.
Very cool. All right, Whitney. Thank you so much for stopping by and explaining the ins and the outs of StartupCenter.com. It really is a one-stop site for all your startup needs, and no matter your level of entrepreneurial experience, log on to StartupCenter.com and see how it can help make your life and your business a little easier. Thanks.
Thanks, Chris.
Very cool.